Hey everyone, today I want to do something different and explore the concept of worlds. That is, the worlds which we immerse ourselves in when playing our favorite games. And in this case, I'm talking about one of my favorite extraction shooters, Hunt Showdown. Now, if I had to sum up the world of Hunt Showdown in one word, it'd be unique, because I guarantee you have never seen a world like this one. The first-person shooter takes place in a fictional American Wild West set in the year of 1895, or 1896 if we're being technical with the recent new update. And within the Louisiana swamps to the mountains of Colorado, groups of bounty hunters trek forward to rid their world of nightmarish abominations. That's right, the world of Hunt Showdown is centered around the presence of twisted, corrupted, and vile monsters lurking about the land. Though it's not only the monsters that one should be concerned about. As much of a threat that the monsters pose, man falls closely behind their shadow, locked and loaded. Bounties are of high value and agendas collide, creating conflict over the sought-after targets. When traversing the bayou on a hunt, bounty hunters must keep a low profile, their wits intact, and a finger on the trigger if they're planning to eliminate all rival hunters and take home the bounty. Hunters are those who fight to eradicate the paranormal scourge on the land while keeping the general public oblivious to its existence. They once belonged to a secret organization known as the American Hunters Association, or the AHA. Over time, the AHA becomes fractured, with its main members forming their own factions. And it's these factions that then battle amongst one another over highly contested bounties. Looking at some of these hunters, you begin to get a feel for the world itself through the various design choices. Many will look like your usual suspects, donning dark trench coats or tattered button-ups. Others, well, they have more of an edge to their appearance. Regardless, what we gain from the look of these hunters is that the world they inhabit is not a forgiving one. Pristine is not a word one could find in this world. Hunters are depicted as worn, fatigued, and look as though they have literally crawled through filth and grime, through the very depths of hell, all for the sake of claiming their prize. Needless to say, hunters serve as a fantastic lens into the dark and desolate world that is Hunt Showdown. Much like the hunters, the armory of the world fits the setting and tells a tale of its own. You won't find out-of-place additions like modern assault weapons or optics, but rather time-appropriate firearms in the form of lever-action or bolt-action rifles and single-action revolvers. Now, why does that matter? Immersion and tension. Playing as a bounty hunter in the Wild West while toting around an AK-47 doesn't make much sense and breaks the believability of the world you're in. Using old-timey weapons in an old-timey period just makes sense and keeps you immersed. And remember when I said the world is unforgiving? That comes into play here. Death is all too common in Hunt. Shots can come from anywhere and you'd be dropped before you even realized what had happened. So the fact that everyone is using guns that take seconds, no, not milliseconds, but seconds to chamber another round is crucial. Ammo is scarce, and every shot matters. Gunfights are anxiety-filled, with everyone carefully picking their shots, as one miss could give an enemy hunter enough time to stare you down and put you down. Additionally, Hunt's wide array of melee weapons follow the same direction, consisting of weapons believable to the time period. Though you could say it's subjective, they operate on a more function over form approach. Take the katana, for example. Rather than being showcased as an elegant and flawless weapon often depicted in Hollywood, the katana's base appearance is, well, rough, for a lack of a better term. Its blade is infested with rust and dents, and its leather-wrapped handle is on the verge of tearing apart. It then becomes clear that this weapon is no longer a piece of art, but just another tool to get the job done. Function over form. Probably the most unique aspect of Hunt's world, the monsters are downright grotesque and serve as more than the average nuisance. They hit hard and come in numbers. You got your zombie-like grunts, your armored grunts, your bee or wasp infected hive women, your hellhounds, your water devils, and many more. You can find these enemies scattered across the land, but the main attraction here are the bosses. What's interesting about them is that if you look closely, you can see how the corruption has taken over the host. For example, there's a humanoid statue of the assassin, or the exposed ribcage and face within the spider's flesh. Though both being pictures of absolute illness and decay, you can make out aspects of each that are still quite human. The world as of now contains 6 unique bosses, driving the entirety of the hunts. These highly desired bounties are not for the faint of heart and require hunters to search for clues as to their whereabouts. Once found, these amalgamations of flesh, sinew, and nightmare fuel will fight tooth and nail until either the hunters escape or no one does. Hunt Showdown's world is dark, grimy, and visceral, though I can't help but admit there's a subtle beauty to it all. Contrasted against all the death and malignance are lush and scenic landscapes with glimpses of untouched cities just beyond reach. Unfortunately, the first-person shooter is strictly multiplayer only with no single-player option to explore more of the lore. What small insights we're able to gain are presented through events held from time to time, and anything else is pure speculation. If this was something you enjoyed, drop a like and comment below if there's another game world you'd want me to cover. Until next time, it's me, KT, and I'll see you in the next one.